Hi, everybody. This is Laura. How are you this evening? We're about to have an exciting hour together as I work with you on messages from the spirit world about your own life. Oh boy, we just had an energy. Let me just make sure I have the internet. Okay, we still are connected. I start everybody, and sometimes the internet goes in and out. Hi, Missy. So hopefully I'm going to be able to do this. I didn't have a problem before, so hopefully it'll all work out. Anyway, I'm going to be doing messages for you. I'm Spirit Medium Laura. I'm an accredited evidential research mediumship. I work with voices across the veil for their research projects about the afterlife. I'm accredited by Asumpi. I'm featured in 100 Top Psychics in America, and I have a number of other credentials. This evening, we're going to be talking as our focus subject a little bit about how to create a business or how to be more successful with money by aligning with your soul purpose, which is one of my life story issues, if you will. As it were, I worked my whole life for money. I would be successful financially, and at one point in my life, I retired early. And then through a series of stupid mistakes, one might say bad luck, I stripped away that quote unquote wealth to finally have to reinvent myself in a new way so that I would have money again. And the way that Spirit led me from this traumatic experience, this traumatic loss, was to begin working with the gifts that I knew I had, but was always in the closet. I wasn't letting anybody know that I could naturally get messages from Spirit. So in about 2010, I started to take it a lot more seriously. Put effort in. Just because you're aligned with your soul purpose or your dharma doesn't mean you don't put any work in. So tonight I'll be talking a little bit more about the kind of work how to work so that you align with your purpose and you can create a business based on yourself. Now, if you're not a light worker, you're not a spiritual healer or what have you, these concepts are still the same for you because success comes through authenticity in all respects. The more authentic you are to who you are, to what you're into, inspired, led, and you find synchronistic events occurring in your life. That means lucky coincidences. So a little bit about that in a moment. But first, just want to do a little bit of housekeeping with you guys. So basically, if you want to get a reading, I already have probably way too many that I can handle this evening. But if you join our mailing list, you'll be reminded on Mondays that this happens. So how do you join our mailing list? Well, you go to spiritmediumtv.com, and there you can join the mailing list. There'll be a little bit of a box there that asks you to put in your email, and then you'll be reminded. Not only that, you'll get access to some free things like a free numerology reading, for example. During the show, I do ask that you email me at psychic. I'm trying to do this and it's all backwards because it's the camera. psychicmediumlaura@gmail.com. In the subject line, you put your phone number and the desired service. Those that email tonight, if I don't get to you, you can email me again next Monday. I won't be following up on that. I did this week. I was very good, very good administrative person this week. And when people did email me and I didn't get to them, I did follow up. But I'm going to make it your responsibility on Monday. So if you join the mailing list, you'll be reminded. If not, just stop by here. You have to email me though, okay, so that I know you really are going to be there. Not doing it for any other reason that I want to know you're there too, okay? So let me just say hello to a couple of people that are waiting here. We have Jean Robinson, hi. Catherine Griffin, hi. Patrick Ryan Guy, hello. I'm having a little problem reading all this. Patrick Ryan Guy, hi there. Natasha, she's going to be getting a mediumship reading in a moment when I go to the phone lines after the focus subject. Yes, she has somebody in spirit she wants to talk to. Thank you for your donation. It goes in part to help animals. And for some reason or other, oh, there it is. Okay. Louisa Margaritini. Oh, hi, Louisa. OMG, Laura. Well, how about OMG, Louisa? Oh, Louisa, I know for years. And there's, oh, there, that's how, when they join, it comes in green. Okay, Amy. Hey, Amy. Hi, Amy. You made it. Who is that? Cindy. Cindy Katz. Oh, yeah, I worked with you years ago, Cindy. Hi there. Amy. Yep. Okay. Vera, Natasha. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, everybody. Do now is thank you for all joining us, and there'll be others during the show that I won't be able to notice because I'd be going into a trance every. And by the way, you all be going into a trance with me. That's another reason I want you all to be paying attention, because if you're just home and you're not watching the show and then I call you for your reading, you're not going to be in the zone. You're not going to be connected to me. Now, I did a little meditation on that during the week, and I have a little technique. So I'll be asking you a couple of questions when I call you up. Okay, so I'll be calling you. Okay, so the focus subject I mentioned before is money. Money, money, honey. A lot of people call me up during the show, and also for, well, as much, because I do charge a lot for private sessions. So that's why I do the pro bono. It's free work because I like to scale in at all levels if spirit wants me to be of service, and apparently they do, so here I am. But most of the people who call me for privates, they're not going to call me about how am I going to get a job, because they would probably have the money for that very simple question. But anything that has to do with money has to do with your life purpose. At least it's my hypothesis, and that's what Spirit taught me this lifetime. If we're not aligned with what our talents are, they're part of what we chose to have when we came in. Our gifts. That's our dharma or our soul's service. Okay? When you go to Spirit, you'll still be doing your dharma. Okay? So it's kind of funny, isn't it? Right? Things that we would make money at here on the material plane, we will be still doing in spirit realm. So I'll probably be still doing something like this in spirit realm, and whatever it is that you do, the essence of it. Okay. So when we understand what that is and we align with it, okay, we are led. We're led. So that's the basic theory here. There is on my website, Spirit Medium TV is a page on my website. So you'll be on my website. If you go there, you'll see on the top menu, money is a choice, and all the details of how to start a business as a spiritual entrepreneur and all the concepts I've just mentioned will be outlined there. And then at the end of the page will be an invitation for you to join the mailing list and or get some free information about this blueprint for a spiritual light worker type of person. But the concepts, I'm not going to go into all that now because it's a little tedious. Not boring if that's what you're interested in, but for some of us who are not in that field, it might be a little tedious. So I'll just leave it at that. Go to money on my the page called Money on my website, Spirit Medium TV being a page on my website. The page on my website is the one for this show. That's why I call it Spirit Medium TV.com. There you can make a donation. Go to the top of the queue. It's $8. I call it the 8 no wait. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. And as I mentioned, Natasha did make that donation. Thank you. That donation goes to help animals, which is my charity that I donate to. And there's also something called the Free for Me that you can get. Well, learn more about it at spiritmediumtv.com. And what that is you get a third more time free in your private session with me if you use Free for Me when booking your session. It would be your event code. Just put it in the event code field, Free for Me, and I'll know to add a third more time to your private session. Oh, somebody likes that. Okay. All righty then. So let's do our little connection, and then I'm going to go to the phone lines. Hey, we're just about on time. It always works out that by quarter after the hour, or a little bit before after, go to the phone lines. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, everybody. Ooh, ah, ee, up. I'm getting arrows. I'm getting faces that go, woo. Let me go, ooh, back at you. Okay, everybody. In your respective locations, please sit back, uncross your arms and legs, and start to breathe from your abdomen. Breathing in deeply from your abdomen. And on the exhale, letting go of any and all problems, concerns about the past day or week or month or year, just going into that special place. Breathing in again from the abdomen, breathing in deeply. And now begin to focus on what you need today from Spirit. If it's a question you have, focus on that. If it's an other side connection, ask your loved ones to come in, remembering to be open to whoever does come in. While you do that, I am going to go off and invoke the Master Prayer silently. I'll be right back. Now, on your next exhale of breath, please release into the space around you your energy, and I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, great. So I'm going to go to Natasha first. I need to go get the phone number. Give me a moment.
Hi, Nora.
Hi, Natasha. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay, darling, and I'm so sorry about your loss. Everyone, she's made a request to speak with her deceased loved one, who is was her fiance when he was on Earth. This will always be your fiance. Yeah, I just want to remind you and everyone listening that Spirit sometimes is going to pull in the soul that has the best ability to communicate. Could be maybe a grandmother of this person or your grandma, maybe somebody who's been there longer. So a little open to what does come, be a lot open to what does come in, and we'll see where it goes.
Okay.
Okay, knowing that I'm asking for that. So let me just focus on your name. Okay, were you ever very severely ill once, honey, that you almost passed away?
Yeah, during surgery.
Yeah, somebody in Spirit is talking about that. And okay, and he says he was by your side during that time. Would you understand this would have been your fiance, the one you're thinking of? Whoever, was he near you at that time, honey?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so a string to him, a link to him. He loves you very much. He's here to speak to you, wants to say hello. But he says it's not over yet. Never think I'm gone forever, because I am not gone forever. Okay, sir, I need you to give me information, facts about yourself. I'm asking him, Natasha.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in contact with him now. So I just want him to give us evidence, things like the color of his hair, which I see now is dark brown. Would you understand his hair was dark brown?
Yes.
Okay, would you understand it had a bit of a wave to it?
No.
Okay, well, he shows me hair that has body. Maybe you can't tell because it's on the shorter side, but he does show me the hair. Whatever hair I see in front of me, I need to say it a different way. It looks like a body to it. It could have had a bit of wave if it grew out. It also looks like the hair it's very dark, so that when the light shines in it, looks almost like there's white, white in it, but it's not white, it's just a darker brown, which understands here is on the darker brown side.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Would you understand? It looks thick. It doesn't look thinned out a lot. Like, in other
Right.
words, still has a good head of hair on him. All right, you understand that too?
Yes.
And we won't equivocate, or we won't discuss the body or wave I see in there, because it's hard to tell because it's on the short side. I'm trying to see his face. Interesting. So he's showing me parts of his face that maybe are specifically distinctive. One of the things he showed, the forehead has like sort of some lines going from horizontally across the top of the forehead. You may not remember that, okay? But I'm just saying I see that.
Okay, yes.
Okay. You do remember that, love?
I do.
Okay. He has a straight nose with flaring nostrils and high cheekbones. Would you understand that for his face, please?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
And would you understand his face? He's got a caramel colored skin, or not very, very white, or not very, like an olive complexion, but he has a bit of warmth to his complexion, I guess is a way to say it. Would you understand that, please?
Yes.
Okay. He's saying something about being severely limited or debilitated. I don't know what he means by that, honey, so I'm not going to ask you to validate yet.
Okay.
What do you mean by that, sir? I was limited in my health before I passed. So he's suggesting that he had a health issue before he deceased. Would you understand that, please?
No.
Okay. Because usually if somebody deceases younger rather than older, oh, okay, I get it. Well, health could also mean mental health. Okay. So I'm gonna let him explain a little more about that. So what do you mean by that, please? I was upset a lot about my life. He also says he did not listen to anyone when they gave him advice. Would you understand he was upset about his life, please, before he deceased?
Yes.
Okay, and not listening to others.
Yes.
Except for you, he says a bit. He used to listen to you a little bit every now and then, but he really didn't know what to do with himself. He was very confused. He also felt lost, alone, and afraid. Would those things make sense to you, please?
Yes, they do.
There's a karmic necessity, he says, to call you back now, let you know he's all right. There's a karmic duty for him to let you know he's all right now, because what he did with himself, he's using the word health, what he did with his health or his well-being was not very good for others around him. All right, would you like to explain a little more about that, please, sir? There's a lot of sadness there.
Yeah.
Okay, just let him pass the emotions through me. He's very upset with what he did. He keeps saying he has a karmic duty to you, or there's a sadness there of how he left you. It wasn't right what he did to you. Leaving you this way, he means leaving you this way. He also shows me that you would have a child on earth. Would you have a child on earth, please?
I do.
A boy?
Yes.
Okay, a little boy. He loves you and the child very much. Again, upset, he says, on earth most of the time, didn't really do the right things for himself, didn't take care of himself. He says his mental acuity was weak. He wasn't reasoning, wasn't rational before he did what he did. He's trying to tell me what he did. I'm just trying to get him to, he said it to me 2-3 times. I didn't say anything yet.
Okay.
Right, because I just want to be sure. All right. There's something about, wait, let me just ask him something. There's a responsibility he's taking for his transition. Would you understand that, please?
Yes.
So I guess you would say that he did something to take his own life. Would you understand that, please?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Sometimes when people accidentally do something, it's still their responsibility. So I'll say it to you like that.
Okay.
All right. So he's responsible for his transition. If it's not premeditated according to you and the way you're looking at it, that's fine. But he does say that there is something about first of all, he's not happy. Okay,
Oh.
okay, so he's not happy with his life and he's not rational. And if he could show me something else. Usually when it's this situation, I've been through this a number of times with clients, and research mediumship, and usually it means one thing, this kind of a transition. But let me just see.
Okay.
I didn't listen to anyone, he says, about myself. I wouldn't listen to you or anyone. I took things into my own hands. He already said this. I felt lost, alone, and afraid. I went out sometimes alone. You didn't know where I was. That's a new piece of info.
Yeah.
You were wondering why he was missing so much. He wasn't taking care of himself. He was with friends or with people he knew. Wasn't telling you everything about himself. Huh. I don't know why he's saying this also, honey, but something about a watch left in a bedroom drawer. Did you ever find a watch of his anywhere?
Yes.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
It was left there beforehand. Well, I don't know. He's talking about that as if it's significant in some way. A watch left in a bedroom drawer that you found. Okay, you found accidentally by yourself. I didn't mean to leave you like this. I feel it's my responsibility, my fault that I transitioned in this way. He says, you know all about it now, but you don't know everything. He says, you don't know everything about my transition yet. Because the way that I did this was not fair to you. There was someone else in the way between us. There was someone else in the way between us. She says, yes, everyone. And it was a she there, another person. And she has some responsibility for this. Do you understand, please?
Yes, I do.
She's the one that did it to him. Wow. I'm getting so many chills. It's like unbelievable. Well, I just want to see what personal message he has for you. I'm not going to go into the details of this, other than I've given you enough details. But what I want to do, we can't take the full 40 minutes for this. So, but I feel we've given you a lot of details. I don't want to go too down with it because he's a very good communicator, your fiance. He loves you. He says, I love you very much. I'm sorry for what I did to you and the family. He says, I was out on my own alone. I wasn't something about the word mistress. I wasn't with a mistress. I wasn't like that. It was something else. Well, she knows what it was, okay? We just want you to give her a personal message of what you need to say to her to see if you can make amends here in some way. Well, Kay says, please forgive me for my sins. He says, I love you very much. I will always know where you are on earth. What's that noise in the background, honey? Are you okay?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's just
I
water.
was in the car.
Oh, okay, love. He says, I'm so sorry for the way I left you with the family and everything, the way I did this. He says, I'm very, very sorry for the way I treated you. I'm very, very sorry for everything that I did to you. Please hear me. Please forgive me, and please let me go. Please let me go now, for if I'm allowed to go, you will feel more peace as well. Message for both of us is to let each other go now and know I'm okay in the spirit realm, looking out for you too. Please forgive me. And now he's going to ask you, will you forgive me?
Yes.
She says yes. All right, Natasha, I'm so sorry for your loss. It's a very, very unusual situation to be sure. But I feel a lot of love there. So I just want you to know, and he can always hear you when you want to speak to him directly, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you, Natasha. God bless you.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that was a lot for somebody to say on a radio show. Okay, so I'm going to go to Amy. It was a live question. And I think it would be about her work, but we don't know. Sometimes usually she's been asking about this. Yeah, we don't usually get questions like that on, I mean, we don't get such clear mediumship on the show. Amy, we're frother. Yes. Amy.
Hey, Laura.
Oh, are you? Okay, good. You know, you have such a great answering voicemail that sometimes I speak to you as if it's you on the phone picking up when I've called you in the past. Amy is a friend of mine that I met through Blog Talk Radio. I met first and got introduced to her there, and she's been a very sweet and kind person. And so, Amy, what is your question for this evening, please?
I needed information, if you have any, and I don't know how specific, but with Carmela and Dick, something that happened, probably 2002 or 2004, that I wanted clarity about. Anything they want to share with me about how to go about anything, I just need clarity on that. Is that enough to go on?
Well, what I could do is go to their names, Carmela and Dick.
Carmela and Dick, and they were separate people. They didn't know each other.
Well, I'll try to do one at a time. I don't want to spend, you know, I don't want, it sounds like a very big one. So let's just do Carmela for now, okay? 2002, Carmela, this is to Amy. Well, the first thing I hear is she wants you to forgive her for something that you did, or she did, no, she wants you to forgive her for something that she did to you. It wasn't very nice. She upset you a lot in your home or around your home, 2002, and she never forgave you for something. So it's like a lack of forgiveness on both ends. I think she wants you to forgive her for never forgiving you. Does that make any sense, honey? For never forgiving you. Does that
I
make
don't
sense?
know what you mean by that.
All right, then I'm going to need a little more context for the question. Let's just do Carmela, okay? I just need a little more context. Amy, are you there?
I am. I'm sorry. Oh, you need more context?
CONTEXT, context for the question.
Okay, great. Yeah, I asked her to help me out with some paperwork, and she agreed. You know, we did that, and I just wanted to know how to make that congruent, and if that's what this is involving, with her saying about the forgiveness thing.
Yeah, must have something to do with that. There's a lack of forgiveness on both sides. That was what the question is. Like, maybe you feel incomplete with this in some way, and she does as well. What are you trying to find out about it, though? I don't understand your question, honey.
Oh, I'm trying to move forward with a new career, new work, and things like that. I don't know if this, you know, me and Carmela, if that is that interfering?
Oh, that's
on me
good.
moving
Okay, that's a
forward?
better. Is it interfering with your progress forward? Well, I feel that whatever it is on her end is cleared up. She doesn't hold any animosity towards you. There's no unfinished business there. So from that perspective, the answer is no, there's nothing there. And I also hear you kind of cut the cords as well. You're not worried about it. So I don't feel that there's anything there. Okay, so that one is a no. There's no problem with that. The other one was Dick, and that was 2002, right?
Or 2004, it was one or the other.
Were you, I know you had some property in Oklahoma. Were you the landlord, honey, on the property of that time?
Oh, no, it doesn't have anything to do with Tulsa at all. Dick and Carmela were teachers for me, and really wonderful people.
Okay.
Great people. But they both had passed on, and there's no way to reach them about this. So I thought maybe I could get some clarity. And Dick is the same information as Carmela, you know, the same agenda with paperwork and.
Well, I don't feel there's any hardship there. I feel it's clear. I can't get anything else on it for some reason. I'm just getting it's clear and not to worry about it. It's better to focus on your life and where you're going now. All things considered, there's nothing there anymore, just done. So it's not like you took their firstborn and killed it or something.
No. He's honestly, these are great people. We had great relationships. I would love to see them again and give them a big hug. They're, you know, I don't have any bad vibes with either of them. I love them.
Well, all
But
right. Well, they don't have any with you either. So if that's what you're asking, I don't see anything there. I don't see any
okay,
badness there. I just see it done. Actually, I don't feel any energy at all. So I think that it has no charge to it energetically whatsoever.
okay. Well, thank you so much, and you are so beautiful. You know, your eyes are just
Oh,
those
thank
eyes.
you, Amy. Oh, thank you. All right,
Yeah,
sweetie. I'm going to let you go, honey. Okay.
it's fun. Bye.
Thanks, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to another Amy, spells it differently. 1 second, please. She's wanting an other side connection. I hope she's there. She said she was going to be there today when I confirmed it. Again, if you're going to want one of these readings, you have to let me know during the day on Monday. So that I know you're going to be there, you know. Unless I know you really well. Amy?
Yes,
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, darling. So I'm glad you were there tonight because I did send you one last email saying, you know, I think you emailed me over the weekend. Yeah, you did. Okay, anyway, I'm glad I got you. And you want a mediumship session with your loved one in spirit. You're asking for your husband. As I mentioned, you, whoever's going to come in is going to be the soul that's most able to communicate, although I've already done one earlier. I don't know if you heard that one with Natasha, and her desired soul came in. So we'll probably get him in, your husband. Okay.
Okay.
All right, love. Did you go through the meditation earlier that I was doing? Did you
I
get
did.
All right, wonderful. All right, so just relax and you can take a few deep breaths from your abdomen, thinking of the souls that you want in spirit while I connect with the other side for you. Okay, who is, you have a little child, please? You have a little boy?
I do.
All right, well, first thing I'm getting is a picture of a little child, little boy, cute, and maybe he's a younger picture of your son. And it's a cute picture with the little hair spiked on the top of the head. Now you probably have one like that. All right, so let me just see if I can get your husband. I think that's his calling card, so to speak, but let's move forward through this. Would you understand your husband has something to do with law enforcement, please? Let me say it a different way, honey. Any kind of work. It could have been military. It could have been law enforcement. It could have been something that's very official in capacity. I'll put it to you that way. I get the first thing I get is something similar to that. I don't know how to say it any other way. If you don't know, that's fine, honey. We just do a yes, no, maybe.
I mean, not with him, but somebody that has passed, yes.
Somebody else has passed. All right, let's see, maybe. Okay, like your father or someone, because I'm getting father, please.
His father.
His father, okay,
Yes.
fine. And his father must be coming in a little bit first. We'll see. Maybe his father is going to speak first. Well, okay, his father is showing up. I do see a man, but he's saying, I don't want to speak too much. I want him to come in. So he's trying to bring your husband in. Let's see. He knows they both know we have limited time. Okay. Would you understand your husband was carrying extra weight on him, particularly in the stomach area?
Yes.
All right. He's a kind person, gentle, genteel, and outgoing personality. Gentle, genteel. Now, gentle means kind. Genteel means mannerly, and outgoing means friendly. Would those things make sense to you about him, please?
Yeah.
He says he's very upset about something in his life until he gets a little bit older. He overcomes a lot of low self-esteem issues when he's growing up. So you would know that he might have had some low self-esteem issues while he was growing up. Do you know anything about that, please?
Yes.
He says until he met you, and then he says when he met you, it was all different then. He never looked back. You made his life much better for him. Not that you tried to make up for his deficiencies, but you complimented him in many ways. So basically, he's saying you and he got along pretty well together. Yes, would you understand, please?
Yes.
Something about being sober for a long time. Who,
Yeah.
you understand that? Okay, he was very sober
Yeah.
for a long time until something happened. And again, his self-esteem went low. Something happened. He lost something. He lost something at work, like maybe his job or something. I'm not quite sure, but something happened. So he was sober for a long time, and then he sort of wasn't anymore, or he did. You know, he wasn't sober. He went from being sober to not being sober, and it's after he lost something. Would that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
And as he says works, I would assume it's money. Would that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
Okay, you understand. All right, good. He's okay, just calm down, sir. He's saying a lot of things at once. Well, he's very happy to be speaking with you, first of all, because he wants you to know that he's okay now, like he feels good again. He's sorry for what he did. He wishes that he could do it over again. He wishes that he didn't have this sort of up and downness to him, personality wise. He says, you know what he means when he says that, up and down personality. Do you
Yeah.
understand? You do understand.
Yeah.
And that, you know, it caused him to have a lot of, he's using the word infractions to his health. Like sometimes he wasn't as happy as other times. I'll just say it like that. Up and
Yeah.
down personality, in and out, up and down, high, low, happy one, you know, here and there, and then not happy at other times. He says, even though you were in his life, you could never complete anybody. You know, it's not your job to complete him. So that's what he means by that. In other words, he met you, you made him feel very great in his life, but nevertheless, he still carried along a sort of instability in his personality, which he was unable to overcome at the end. And that is the reason why he's no longer on earth. There's something to do with his personality, that sobriety that ended, and his transition. He's not giving me exact details just yet, but you would understand that. Yes? So far,
Yes.
Anne? Yes,
Kind
kind of. Okay. I don't know exactly how he's transitioned. I'm just trying to pull in as many facts as I can before we go to personal message, if he will show us. There's a certain responsibility he's taking for his transition. Would that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
You understand. He's sorry. There's something that he does to himself that causes his transition. Would you understand, please?
Yes.
He wasn't alone at the time. Okay. He says he was not alone at the time. He says you were around, but not exactly.
I was next to him.
You were in the next room, you said?
No, I was next to him.
Next to him. Wow. Holy crap. Oof. So he wasn't alone. And he was going to say you were in the house with him, or, you know, he didn't finish his sentence and you said that. That's good. Thank you. And he transitioned suddenly. Now, this is sometimes they give you the wrong information when they try to show you exactly what they did or didn't do or what happened. But he says it was a heart thing. Now, would you understand that?
Not with my husband, but with my other son's dad.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's just backtrack a little bit, sweetheart. So you were with your husband when he transitioned. You were right next to him, correct? You said that you were. I just want to make sure I have that right. Okay, that's correct. All right. And he had said that you were around him then. Okay, good. So we got that. And then all of a sudden he says something about heart attack. Now, you're saying he did not have a heart attack. That was your other husband.
Right.
Okay, so what we have here is a soul who does not want to reveal how this happened, maybe because there's still some energy blocking it for him, not wanting to talk about it. That's what I've experienced in the past. So,
and his heart may have stopped, and that may have been what sent him over. Finally, but I mean, I don't like. Okay. Does that make sense? He was almost in a coma, so.
Okay, all right. Well, let me just let him talk, and I'll just, we'll leave it at that, whatever it is he wants to say. If maybe he can say it, maybe he can. Some of them, these kind of mediumship sessions, everyone, is very tricky. What I mean by that is there's an emotion involved. And if someone is not healed on the other side, they'll give you so much information, but they won't give you everything. So we'll see. We'll see. Now, I'm able to get around those things sometimes when we're in private sessions. We have to get really, really relaxed. I have to stop for a moment. I have to call them in. We don't have that kind of time here. So let me see what he wants to do. Okay. So do you want to show me, sir? Just for the sake of Amy and her closure. I took my own life at the time. I didn't ask anyone for permission to do it. I just didn't feel good anymore. He's suggesting that there was a weapon involved. Do you understand?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna, it's blocked right now. Can't pull that in. But we certainly pulled in enough evidence around it to get us to know that this is him. Okay, do you understand, please, when I say that?
Okay.
Do you agree that you think this is him? I think we've gotten some very specific information.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to move to personal message. He's sorry. Again, he says he's sorry what he did to you and the family. He's sorry for the way he left you. He wishes that he could do it all over again now that he's sober again. He says there's no elements in the spirit realm. There's nothing in the spirit realm that would make him have lack of sobriety, if you will. He says he's very happy where he is in this world. There is a mother with him also. Could be. Okay, he says he's very happy. He's with I think it's his mother. His mother and a few other family members are with him. He looks in on you from time to time. He gives you great gratitude and thanks you so much for taking care of everything at the end the way you did. You're stoic, very, very stoic. And you were able to overcome a lot of difficulties that he left you with, including monetary issues and other issues. He says, you are the best, Amy, and I love you tremendously. Please forgive me. Amy, is there anything you want to ask before we conclude?
No, I think your last statement just pretty much summed it up. So.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
It's very hard, my love. Well, I'm sending you much healing, love, and light, honey, for being the beautiful person you are. All right, love. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Okay, moving on to Julie, who has a question about life purpose. Let's see if we get with her, if I can get her on the phone. Wait a minute. Do I have this correct? Oh, yeah. Let me just make sure I have it correct. Yipper.
Hello.
Hey there, Julie. How are you? This is Spirit Medium Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, sweetheart. You're live on Facebook Live with me. So be careful what you say.
Okay.
Okay.
I was watching you, but I can't watch you and talk to you at the same time, I think. So, okay.
That's fine, love. Yeah, I guess if you're on your phone, you can't. I think Amy was trying to tell me that once, and I didn't want to hear it. Not to worry. Not to worry. That's fine. But it's, you can listen up to a certain point. All right, sweetheart. So did you have a chance to do the meditation earlier?
I was on.
All right, wonderful. So I want you to just take a couple of breaths from your abdomen and focus in on your question about your leg and your life purpose, as you'd mentioned, and we'll see what Spirit wants to say to us about this. Yes, they are related. There's a spiritual difficulty that you're trying to overcome in the home right now. You're being asked to do a lot of things dutifully to take care of others, but you're really not motivated to do so. It's getting in the way of your health. Okay, are you somehow caretaking another person? And if not literally caretaking in a situation where you're doing things you don't really want to do for another person? This is in the home.
Yeah. I mean, I
think that person has to do for themselves more, but they've got issues. So
well, that's part of this for sure. And let's talk about this. I know you're thinking life purpose, but just saying this is because it's a systemic thing of you feeling like you're in a role of always doing for others, but others not doing for you, if you will. It's like not this is just one in a bigger picture of things. Now I'm going to continue with this, and we'll see where it goes. So
okay, because that's funny. There is something big happening in the house that I didn't. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and this is the thing
that's relate that to my.
Yeah, and it's upsetting you a lot. This is causing you to have the pain in the leg, like flare-ups from time to time, a lot of pain. I don't know if you've had a diagnosis or not. Don't tell me anything, love. Okay, I just want to see.
Okay.
All right. So it's when I'm looking at your body clairvoyantly, as you see where it is, what is it about, and leg. Would you understand right leg front from knee up into thigh?
No, that's not what's the trouble. No.
Okay. Tell me where it is then, please.
It's my left leg, and it seems and it's shooting pains from my foot up to my glute, but mostly in the like calf and the hamstring area. But it feels like nerves. It feels like the sciatica.
Yeah, that's fine. So it's up the left leg, and it's the whole leg, not from the knee up, but the whole leg. Okay, fine. That's all I need to find out. Okay, so yeah, this is a systemic issue with you where people are always in your mind or on a soul level, you're feeling people are always asking you to do things you don't really want to do for them, and it's upsetting you a lot. And I hear in the home in particular right now. This causes you stress in the mind, in the body, in the soul. There's a sense of deep grief behind this, because putting you in a state where you're taking care of others you don't want to have to do stops you from living your purpose. It stops you from being who you really want to be, being free. And there's a lot of resistance in your body to this role, which you feel has been cast upon you unwillingly, without you wanting to do it. So the reason is that it does keep you from your purpose, okay? But it's not from, it's done this way. And always I feel severe grief around it, severe, but also it's a feeling of duty that you can't just not do what you're being asked to do. So it's a very big catch-22, and it's a huge crisis. So what can be done? Now, when we're in emotional binds or catch-22s, if you will, on a subconscious level, our muscles can tense up. And if it's a sciatic pain, and the lower spine can literally get narrower and pinch the nerves. So on a topical level, we can work at relaxation. But we also have to work on a deeper level, right? We have to work on a much deeper level. What does this mean from a spiritual, psychic level, purpose, life purpose? Let's just see, because you're the kind of person that needs to know this. So let me, because that's what you think, and that's probably the best way to look at it, actually. Letting go is difficult for you. You have to learn how to let go, cut cords, and let people go. Let people go the way they need to go before you will be able to own yourself in your own life. It is a systemic thing that's happened before in your life. I feel something to do with upbringing, father in particular, sense of duty, surrounding everything, critique if not doing duty, if not following duty, if not doing things according to the way they should be done. And you carry this with you, which causes a lot of grief, pain, and suffering. It's now time for you to let go of all of this. It is false evidence appearing real, fear, which is always done by ego, which is edging God out. So fear was bred into you that if you don't do the right thing, you'll be a bad person. But that's not true. That's not true. So you heard what you have to do is you have to now cut cords and cut the responsibility. Let the other person.
That's really hard. hard.
I
Really
know,
hard.
I know. I'm giving you a very shorthand answer here. But that's what you need, you need to hear that before we go into how.
Right.
And how is a long story. I'm just going to see if we can get one thing. Sometimes it has to be an energy healing to you, so that you release this connection, that you release the feeling, not to the person now that you're in bondage to, but the other stuff, because there's a whole soul plan that goes along with this, right?
Do you know who in spirit is talking? 'Cause I think it sounds like somebody that passed that I'm going to. Can you
Well,
tell
okay,
who's talking, or you're just
I'm telling you that there's somebody in the home now that is causing you a lot of
Right.
pain, right? You understand that?
That's true.
Feels like an
That's
offspring
true.
to you, maybe a son or something. Do you have somebody in the home
Yeah,
now?
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's
that's
somebody
right.
earlier in your life, and it feels like your father who caused this idea in you, beginning of these values, which are false values.
Right.
They're not correct values, Spirit is saying. I'm not saying it, Spirit's saying it. They're not correct for you. They're not correct values for you in this lifetime. It's the illusion that was created by your soul plan to put you into this catch-22 of never doing what you're supposed to do, but always doing somebody else's agenda. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
It takes you off your purpose, takes you off point for yourself. So you have, there's many ways to handle this. You can go to a counselor, maybe on a long-term thing. You can do some journaling on it alone in meditation. You can go to an energy healer or someone like that. There's many ways to handle this, but the introduction to the idea is being given to you right now. So mull it over, see what you come up with. But the suggestion made today is, what I get a feeling, and I haven't said this yet, is that everybody has to take responsibility for themselves. Your son, indeed, is one of those people. And that it's time for you to seems like traveling more, or doing things that are more adventurous and more exploring for you. So that would be a plan. It could be a 2-year, 1-year, 3-year plan, but it could be a plan you set for yourself. So do some joy journaling on what you really want in life, and then start working on setting boundaries and allowing the other person to find his joy and take responsibility for creating it. And that is the message today for you.
Wow. Okay, there's a lot for me to think about. That really, yeah.
All right.
It resonates. I can't say how much, but a lot.
Okay, sweetheart. Well, this is all recorded on Facebook and the video, so you can listen to it again. Okay? All right.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, love. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, going to Jean Robinson, who has another type of question, quite different, I think. And I hope I didn't hang up too quickly on Julie. I just want to see how many people I can get in today. What time is it, by the way? Okay, we have a little time left. So let me make sure I have her number right. Okay, let's see if she's there, Jean. Jean, where art thou? She did confirm today. So if she's stepped away or something, we'll just have to leave.
Please leave your message for 6.
Okay, if you don't pick up the phone, guys, girls, I have other people I have to get to, so sorry, you missed your chance. We're going now to Nathan. Let's see if we can get him.
Hello?
Nathan?
Yeah.
Hi, honey. This is Spirit Medium Laura. How you doing?
Good about you.
I'm doing fine, honey. Thank you so much for asking. Okay,
Welcome.
so we're going to try to pull in your father from spirit. And of course, just as a reminder, we don't know who's going to come in from spirit. We try to pull in your father, of course, but there may be an angel who is better able to communicate and would open the pathway there. So just be open to this. If you would please uncross your arms and legs and breathe from your abdomen. And while calling in your loved one from spirit, okay, just silently calling that person in or whomever. Okay. All right, I'm getting a couple of images here. Which I understand father was on the thin side, please.
Yeah, he's pretty skinny.
All right. Would you understand that he liked to clown around and was very playful in his personality?
Mm-hmm.
He's showing me himself dressed like a clown right now, but that means what I just said. He's very, very good on.
Oh, I ain't never seen him dressed up like a clown before.
No, not literally. Just I'm telling you, it's
I
a
was about to
symbol.
say.
A symbol for being very playful. And he liked to joke around a lot, which I already told you. I just thought it would be amusing to let you know what he did to me, so I would get that. Okay. So he's got a couple of other words coming in to describe his personality. He's articulate. Something about junior in the world. Junior. Did he have a junior after his name? Like maybe there was another person older in his family?
Yeah, there's Henry Irwin the Fourth. Oh, Will Henry today.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, wonderful. He was a junior, or named after someone ahead of him in the family line. He says, "You're very much like him in many ways. You're highly articulate. You are a very pleasant person. You ask people for help when you need it. You're not a know-it-all kind of guy." He says, "I'm very similar to you." In other words, we're humble, but we're also intelligent individuals. There's a lot of give and take in our family. Again, you're very much like me. I'm going to go to the other things that are more physical if I can. I don't want to control him too much, but but we do want to get more physical stuff. I'm sure you would agree with those personality things, right, Nathan?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
He's so happy to be talking to you. He's saying, "My boy, my boy, my boy," to you. All right, let me just see if I get some physical things. Okay, clean up your image, sir, please. He's again using cartoon-like things, which just want him to be straight about the communication. Just bear with me for a moment while I clear it up. Okay. Would you understand my father would have had problem with his lungs, please, in breathing towards the end of his life?
Yes, he had OCD. No, it was a breathing problem. He had lungs. I forget what it's called.
That's all right, love. And I'm going to ask you just do yes, no, maybe, so that you don't reveal anything, okay? All right. And he also shows me that he would have smoked cigarettes at least one point in his life, or smoked something. He showed me a cigarette or something that looks like a cigarette. Would you understand that, please, for father?
Yes.
Okay. Don't go back to that, sir. I want to talk about your health and your physicality, please. It also shows me he likes to drink a bit. He does use the word teetotaler or tea, whatever that word is when you drink. But I don't know. I don't think he's an alcoholic. I don't think so. He just shows me he likes to drink alcohol. Would you understand Dad liked to drink every now and then? I don't think he's an alcoholic. Yeah, he'd like to have a drink from time to time. Says maybe a little more than common than everyone else. He was not. He says not an alcoholic. Just like to have his. He says ale, meaning beer. But I also see like whiskey or something a little bit harder than that. I don't know why he's showing me. It's not like the most important piece of evidence in the world, but I do have to tell you because that's what he's showing me, Nathan. Would you understand that about beer and maybe whiskey or something a little harder than that?
No.
Okay. Would you understand he did like to drink?
Yeah, most ones, but a lot.
Most what? What'd you say, honey?
I used to like watch him drink because I used to sleep in the same room with him because like he started shaking every now and then in his sleep, so I was staying there with
with him. He always have a Bud Light sometimes.
Okay, well, that's the beer, right? I said beer, didn't I? I said, he said ale, A-L-E, which means beer. But I also think that he might have had whiskey or something else every now and then. Maybe when he was younger then, I don't know. But he added that in. You never saw him drink anything harder than beer.
No.
Okay, well, I'll let the record strike for that. And maybe something you don't know about. I mean, I know he's your father, but maybe there's somebody else around that might say different than you. I always honor the messages, even if you don't validate, because quite often some of the best evidence are things you know, the Sid or you don't remember. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, let me just see what else he wants to give us as far as evidence. Somebody's lost a kitty cat on Earth recently. Has somebody lost a cat, please?
I have no idea about a cat.
A dog then? Because it's an animal with him in spirit that was lost recently. He's saying cat. Maybe I lost the connection with him. Somebody there you're asking? I think he's asking someone in the room with him.
Oh, I know a cat.
Yeah, cat transition to spirit?
Yeah, I know what cat. Cat kind of like lost his life a couple of days ago here because of a dog that attacked it. So I think that's what he's talking about.
Oh, interesting. That's an interesting piece of evidence. Everybody does know of a cat that lost its life recently. He just said your father in spirit, the little cat that lost its life recently is with him in spirit. So that is a way of your father knowing what's going on. He's letting you know, he knows what's going on Earth. And the connection between earth and spirit, you know, that's evidence for you that he's around. Your father knows what's going on. I'm not saying he's haunting you. I'm just saying he knows what's going on. So the little cat is part of the evidence of spirit realm. He says he speaks to you all the time, a lot in your head. He says, and sometimes he says when you're alone at night, maybe when you're sleeping, he says he does speak to you in your dreams. He's trying to give you ideas about your life, about your health, about where you're going in life. He loves you very much. He says, thank you for taking care of him at the end. We already know that because you revealed it, but he's saying it again, a thank you on that. He says he loves you so much. He says, take care of mom for me. That would mean your mom is still on earth. Is that correct, please?
Yes.
All right. He says, again, you're very much like me. He says, I wish you would take to the books more. You have a lot to learn yet. You're not really finished with everything, all your education. Are you in school or anything, honey?
Yeah, I'm in middle school.
Oh, okay. That was perfect. But he says you're not studying enough these days, Nathan.
Oh, that is true.
You're a bad boy. Daddy wants you to study more.
Most of the time, I feel like I got a mind of a goldfish.
Oh, that's so funny. The mind of a goatfish. Oh, that's beautiful. Where are you from?
Georgia.
Georgia. What a beautiful accent you have. I love that. Did you ever hear that? Mind of a goatfish. I love that. All right. Well, I'm so sorry for your loss, sweetheart, but your father is around you. He knows what's going on earth, and he loves you very much. He says, thank you again. Thank you so much, he says, for letting me come into this evening. Your father says, you take care of yourself and mom for me. I love you both very much. Hey, Nathan.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Say what you're going to say, honey. Go ahead. Nathan.
I was going to say, I love him too, and I'm glad I finally got to communicate with him tonight.
Oh, sure. Absolutely, love. Now, if you want to speak to your loved ones in spirit, this goes for everyone. You don't need a medium for them to hear you. Okay. So, especially now that I had a session, I kind of connected you. But he'll hear you. He knows what's going on Earth, right? He knows about the cat, for example, right?
Yeah.
So,
I know he can hear me, but I wish I can hear him.
Well, that's the difficult part.
I know. I just wish it could happen.
All right. All right. Well, dreams, and this is for everyone listening, dreams are the primary way that we get messages from the other side. If you ask your father to come in at night before you go to bed with all your heart, and then pay attention when you wake up in the morning to what you can remember of your dreams, you might want to even write it down, you'll find that you'll start to have more of that communication. Okay, my dear?
Okay.
All right, sweetie.
Hey, and one more thing.
Sure.
One more thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just got informed a couple of minutes ago that my dad did drink harder stuff than Bud Light.
You just got a what?
I got informed informed. Like my mom
Informed, yeah,
told
that's what I
me.
told you, just to ask, because he said it 2-3 times, I knew it was correct. Everybody, his father did things harder than Bud Light. Oh, your
I
father,
know that for now.
your father saying, I was no innocent, I was no innocent, Anyway, he loves you very much, sweetheart, and I'm so sorry for your loss. All right, love?
And just tell him I love him too. Hopefully he hears me without having to say it over the phone.
Okay, he hears you. All right, honey. Thank you so much, love.
And thank you too.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in this evening. We will do this again next week. Join our mailing list so you're reminded of these things. And if you did ask this evening, you're going to have to re-ask next week, Monday, because I want to know that you're going to be there. So anyone who asked during the show and I couldn't get to, and there are some I couldn't get to that were on the list, it has to be done fresh every week. And I hope you don't mind that too much, but that's the only way I can really manage this process in a way that makes sense. Thank you all. Sending you love and light, and may you have a wonderful, joyous week. Namaste.